meeting for February 12th, 2025 at 6 p.m. Stand for the pledge of allegiance.
This flag of the United States of America, to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Roll call. Mr. Boxtos.
Here.
Mr. Cole.
Here.
Mr. Lohr here. At this time, I'd like to have public comment for non-agenda items only. Agenda items only. Billy de Blasio.
Yeah.
Is it true?
I don't think mine works anymore.
Alright. Billy Blasio, 226 days overridden. Apparently you supervisors rejected a higher raise offered by the audit committee for 2025 and demanded the audit committee to give you a lower raise and keep paying you overtime. Right?
That's true.
Okay. How much overtime did each of you have for 2024?
Can't answer for 2024. I know we each had about 20 hours in January, right, Joe?
I would say 20 hours. Well, I'm probably only around 20 hours.
How much was paid out and how much was accumulated or used as comp time?
Again, right off the get-go, without I don't have that answer, but we can get it.
And one of them get it now for us?
Mine was accumulated. I never took any money.
We also understand your overtime is personally kept and not shown on timesheets, as 6 months of timesheets was received for 2024 show no overtime, correct?
Sometimes we have our own separate comp sheets.
Alright, on that note there, on the right to know, we done looked at the overtime. You guys, even the workers, don't even mark down the overtime, correct?
Everything's kept.
Everything's kept on.
Everything's kept on sheets.
On the ones we seen, no.
You didn't get the right sheets then. The one that the auditor showed us about comp time was accumulated over our period of time. That was just mine and his.
Yeah, I didn't get anything like that. It was just your regular old time card.
Yeah, the way I understand the right to know was for our hours, and Julie, you filled that out. And it was our accumulated hours for. I was here 5 years, and Joe was here, 7 years.
Yeah, I didn't ask specifically for the comp.
Yeah.
How much of the overtime accumulated was carried over in 2025?
Comp time?
No, overtime.
That is, if we carry it over, it is comp time.
And you guys understand, maybe you don't, but I'm going to make you aware of this right now. PA code requires all the income and expenses to be reported at each meeting to tell us when you have, please tell us when you have the answers. And that's going to be at the next meeting whenever. Every question I just asked you guys, and none of you guys have, we want answers for next meeting. Understand? Huh? Yes. Thank you.
Roger Rainey?
So we discussed the 2024 budget a number of times throughout the year. Now that the books are closed, could you tell us what the total spend was, capital and expenditures for 2024?
This is supposed to be agenda items, Roger.
Oh, you want me to wait and I'll come up?
Yeah, that'd be better. Kathy?
I have a question before I go up there. You have it listed as old business, but it's actually new business. It's about
No, you can talk about the vacancy board now.
I don't know if a lot of the people that live in Somerset Township even know about this. I just know about this from reading it in your notice. Can you explain to me how the vacancy board works?
Jim, you want to elaborate on that?
There's a vacancy by the supervisor. One resigns, quits, gets sick, whatever happens. There's a vacancy on the board of supervisors. The remaining two supervisors appoint and replace it. If they can't agree on it, they have to go to 30 days, they have to go to the vacancy board. That's the third member. And then they make a decision.
Okay, how many people comprise the vacancy board? Is it just
It's just one person.
one? Okay, is that an elected thing or do you appoint?
It's appointed by the board.
Do you ever, well, I don't know, I'm not going to say do you ever, but has it ever been done where it was let out to be nominated by the public? Is that an option?
I don't know, Jim.
What do you mean by that?
Rather than the board of supervisors just appointing someone?
By the law, the supervisor.
Have say. We have say.
Here right now, I have a say.
Are you going to do that tonight?
Yes. Can't hear him.
Just wanted to know if there's anybody, if you have anybody in mind. Yeah.
Yes. Okay.
Anybody else?
No, that's it. Okay, okay, number one, I need a motion for the minutes of January 6th, 2025 organization meeting.
I make a motion to approve the minutes of the January 6, 2025 organization.
I'll second that.
All in favor? Yes. Two, need a motion to approval of checks, warrants, and transfers as listed and any other necessary transfers.
Mark, we didn't see the listing. Is there a listing available? There was
Copy
not
right here,
posted.
Bill. Post that receipt.
Do I have a motion?
I make a motion to approve all checks, warrants, and transfers as listed and any other necessary transfers.
All in favor? Yes. Three, old business. I need a motion to appoint vacancy board member.
I make the motion to appoint Ronald Brady as the vacancy board member for 2025. A second.
All in favor?
Yes.
Yes. 4, new business. I need a motion for the Run for Alex road closure, June 7th.
Make the motion for the Run for Alex road closure on June the 7th.
I second it. All in favor?
Yes.
Yes.
Yes. 5, reports. Joe, you have?
And supervisors, we just been trying to take care of our roads when we get a snow event.
I got a question.
We put some brine out the other day. It seemed like it did some good on the roads this morning.
We have some tree removal going on some roads, Seal Edgar, Buckingham, you might notice. Julie, have a secretary report?
The February meeting general fund, $6.74. $9,411.19. The German Lutheran Cemetery, $22,703. $2,700,000. One account. Second account for projects is $426.
Thank you, Julie. Okay, at this time, I'd like public comment on non-agenda items. And first one on the list is Mike Ornott.
Mike Bernard, 65 Almond Road. It might seem petty to some people, but, we had the constable here a couple of times, past months, or somebody must be down here. Now we have him here again. Like I said, it might be petty, but it's costing us township money. Is there a reason why we have him here? Somebody's fearing for their life or something?
No, we feel that it's just a necessary thing right now.
Nothing against the constable.
I'll make a comment on it. When Joe's the only one here, there's no constable. Only we're marked for boxes.
That's fine. Sometimes he was here when I was, sometimes he's here.
Okay, as you know, we had the agenda meeting here. I attended, you were here. Mark, you were asked why you deserve a raise. And you said, because I do a good job. Were you insinuating the other people in the road crew or work here don't do a good job?
No. In fact, the only thing that we asked for is what we gave our employees is 3%. And they came back with a 4%. So that's why all this stuff started. We asked for 3% cost of living. That's all we asked for.
But you got a raise at the beginning for this year, for the budget, right? Or that wasn't in there?
The budget doesn't do raises. Auditors.
They set our wages.
So,
And this is just on really our performance and the cost of living of this year.
so for 2025, how much percent raise did you receive?
3%.
Then the statement was made, if they didn't agree to something, that you're going to start litigation against this township, and I didn't know it, but I was informed legalities that we would have to pay for litigation on both sides. How could you sit there and look at your township residents and maybe cost them extra money for litigation? That's not fair to the people.
Well, I don't like how that's set up either, but that's the way it's set up.
I understand that's the way the law is, but still, would you have to resort to that, cost this township more money. That's not right.
That's why we went into that meeting. Because we felt that we only asked for 3%. And they went in and gave us 4 because they wanted to make us salary and eliminate our overtime and comp time and all that stuff. And we didn't think that was fair because me and Joe are workers just like the other 3 that we have. We go out and work every day. And we feel that it's fair. What we gave them, just give us the 3%. We go out. We only work overtime when we have to. Only when there's trees done or when the road's bad. That's the only time we work overtime.
Okay, so you're back to hourly, right?
Yes.
And the other ones, are they still salary?
No, they're all hourly.
They went back to hourly.
They were always hourly.
I thought it was. Anyways, I mean, if you want to go back, I just didn't think it was right for you to threaten litigation to get a raise. You didn't get. I mean,
we didn't.
How much more money
Wait,
compared
I
to the
want you to be straight on this. We didn't threaten litigation. The auditors did.
But if you didn't get it, you were going to.
Okay? We did not threaten anything. The auditors threatened litigation.
What auditors,
Our elected auditors.
These, Gary? You didn't pay
Gary's an auditor.
Gary's an
You did. It's in the minutes.
Right, it's in the minutes. Paul said, I said, what's the issue about? Because there was nothing on paper.
They said to tell.
And he said, if they don't get their raise, they're going to threaten litigation. And I asked, well, who pays for that? And he said, by law, and it was like verified it. We both pay for it. The township does.
I'm pretty sure, Gary, you made the motion. This is for your first go around, what you did.
This last meeting we had 2 weeks ago.
You guys, you put it in the minutes that you were gonna hire, that make the township aware that you're gonna hire an attorney if we didn't like it. That's in the minutes. We didn't say anything.
Well, anyways,
We wanted to just go to and talk to them like we did.
I mean, the 5 municipalities used 2 years ago to do a comparison for your wages and stuff. It's not correct. You didn't go by the demographics. You didn't go by the population. You didn't go by the taxes coming in and everything. It's supposed to be all fair and equal. It's not fair to the township residents.
Donnie Yates?
Good evening, I'm Donna Yates Jones, I live on 23 Emmons Road 84. I was asked by my neighbor to speak on her behalf as well as my own. Conditions of the roads a while back was not good at all. She lost her daughter and they had to call the township to have the road come clean so the undertaker could get to her son's house to pick her up. That said, the other issue that we have is what are you doing about the 2 junk properties on Emory Road? We've asked for years now, nothing seems to be happening. So I'm bringing it up now again, and I would appreciate if somebody would let us know what you are doing about that.
Do we have anything on file from code enforcement? You know. Donna, could you come in and file a paper with Lindsay?
Yeah, I'll do it again. I mean, I did it once, I can do it again. It's been a while. But it's just, you know, it's a death trap. Both places are death traps. Somebody would go in there. We're tired of looking at it. We pay taxes and we don't want to have to look at that.
Donna, on the road issue, we did go out. That is one of my roads. I always start on this end of the township. I work my way that way. But when I found out what was going on, I left that area and I went over there. The car couldn't make it up her driveway. It made it up Azo Road. It couldn't make it up her driveway. But I left the area that I was in because I start that way and I work my way this way. And when I got the call about it, I left there and got over there as fast as I could.
Well, Mark was doing quite a lot.
We get 911 calls, both of us, and if something like that comes over, we immediately go.
Yeah.
I mean, it's
I've
no
always
question.
done Azo Road since I started working for the town.
Mark was doing my road.
I do your road.
You need to get off to the edge a little bit more, push that snow back a little bit more than what you are. Because at the bottom, everything runs downhill, the bottom gets icy, and if you don't get it off far enough for it to melt and run, there's gonna be major issues. But sometimes people park down there. I used to
You mean
have-
at the bottom by the
Yes.
mailboxes? Okay. Okay.
Yes. I walk that road, I don't like it. Thank you.
Randy Metz?
That's 82 Thomas Road. No real complaints about anything. Water and sewer, talk about that. Is there any way my family can help? We've been developers for decades, about water and sewer. Don't even pay for it, but kind of get bids or help you guys look at things.
Yeah.
Maybe we get involved on some of this.
We're presently engaged in several different things now, as far as water and sewage, but it's just it's a cumbersome process, but we're being diligent with it, trying to work through it. I mean, we can talk between the supervisors. If we feel like we need somebody, we can.
Well, where are you at with things?
Well,
I don't expect it out my way. Hear me out. James at Carlton, or Bentonville to Carlton. To me, that's low hanging fruit to get at the dumpster. Have big one. You pick up 15 houses if you get big. There's some of these that aren't real hard. At least it'd be something. I mean, I feel like we've had this money for I don't know how long.
Yeah.
You know, there's people out there that don't have clean water. We have raw sewage. You know how those systems get when they get old. I know sewer's a much bigger ask than the water. I'd like to see something. We're working on it. And I understand it takes a long time. But at the end of the day, you guys own the right. Take that money and hire XYZ company, put in a 12-inch main. They have to talk Charleroi Water, or maybe you create Somerset Township. There was a time my grandfather, the Marchese-Ax, talking back to the 50s or 60s, didn't exist. That's gone. That's all I want to do. If it's something we can help you with, we'd love to help.
thank you. Roger, did you want to talk?
I just want to see where we are with regard to the capital and plus expenses.
Or
What's the total township spend?
the total that we spent? I don't have a number for you right now, but we could get that.
So you guys are responsible for establishing the budget and running the township within the budget. 3 times this year, I've asked you where you are with regard to spending money toward the 2024 budget. And every time you've told me you don't know. The world operates on budgets, and the world operates on spending money against those budgets. I mean, you guys can't tell me that you can run the township and you don't even ballpark know where you are against the budget throughout the year, as well as at the end of the year when the books are closed. Where are you? How much did you spend? How much of our money did you spend? And then you want a salary increase? Anybody can go out and drive a tractor along the road and cut the grass. Not everybody can run the township. How much did you spend?
I'll get an answer for you. Anybody else?
I remember last week at the meeting, Joe was talking about how he ran out of salt. Is there any way that if you're plowing the road, you're plowing one way up the road, instead of putting salt down and plowing it right back off, if you come back up, wouldn't it make sense not put salt down until you come back up?
We don't do that.
No, you don't.
No.
These are riz like it all the time.
I do Azo Road, Billy, and I don't do that. The only time I do is around that one sharp turn, because there's ice on there. And if that's toward my end of my route, and my bed's about empty, and I can't get up that hill sometimes. That's why sometimes around that one turn, I will put a little material down, so I can get back up.
All I can say is, y'all need to learn how to plow and run down.
Number 6, need a motion for adjournment.
Make a motion.
I'll second it.
All in favor?